Many years ago, I found out that I was suffering from a genetic thing called bipolar. And I lived with it for years without much problems. And then I went through a clinical depression with the death of a husband. Last year, I rolled a semi over in Ohio, and I ended up in a depression again. And they say once you get bruised, that's a bruise on the brain, and you're more susceptible. In October, I took the mental health screening test that they do every year. And they said, yeah, I was possibly suffering from PTSD, and that I was depressed, and that they wanted to set me up with an appointment. Well, something happened, and I missed the first appointment, and I missed the second appointment. And I kept trying to get there, and it just never made it. In November, my insurance company was going to cut me off, and utilities were cutting me off. I'm going into foreclosure, and everything hit at once, and I said, I can't do this anymore, and I was going to commit suicide. And I had pegged a day, November 30th. The Saturday before that, a postcard came in the mail. It was a neat postcard. It encouraged. All my life I'd been looking for a church that really fit with me. And so I looked at the postcard, and it said it was going to be a free book, and I like to read and things like this, so I was kind of suckered in a little bit. Well, you know what? And it was for December the 6th, which was just a week away. I said, I really think maybe I want to try this. So I came, and I wasn't super impressed because it was kind of, it wasn't structured, it just seemed, well, it's the first time, and everybody's getting their feet wet. And the thing about the church was that when you walked in, you were greeted at the door. You could feel the love in the room. There was a connectedness. People were cheerful. They wanted to make sure that you were acknowledged. I mean, it wasn't you walked in and find yourself a seat, and nobody looked at each other or anything. There was none of that. It was like a cocoon of peace and caring. And since that time, I've found medication. I didn't have insurance before. I'm kind of coming through the depression, but as a bipolar person, I always have an issue of some kind. But it's just a cocoon of love. I've met many wonderful people, and the more I meet, or the longer we are together, you find out that every one of us have been through some trials and tribulations, and we understand that there are things that go on in life that are just tragic or hard to deal with. But the major factor is that we're never alone because of God.